Hello and welcome to the morning news here on TV3. My name is Beatrice, so coming up in the next few minutes. The Court of Appeal acquits and discharges former Dentra Obuasi Assemblyman William Barr, who was serving a life sentence for allegedly abetting the murder of Major Maxwell Adam Mahama. Also on the program this morning, Ghana Armed Forces continues Greater Accra recruitment with new measures to safeguard applicants after the death of 6 in stampede at Elwak Stadium last week. Much later, NPP MP for Kaikwe Central Patrick Boama describes government Accra-Kumasi Express Highway as a misplaced priority. Thank you very much for joining us on the program this morning. Now, the Accra Metropolitan Chief Executive, Michael Kpakpo Alote, has declared a crackdown on recalcitrant drivers who flout traffic regulations as the Christmas festivities approach. He cautioned that any public transport operator who misbehaves on the road or exploits the season to charge passengers exorbitant fares will face strict sanctions.
At the launch of Operation Disaster Free Christmas, the Accra Metropolitan Chief Executive, Michael Kpakpo Alote, warned public transport operators against overcharging passengers, insisting that offenders will be dealt with according to the law.
If a passenger pick a car from 37 to come to Accra and 50 cedis, he's supposed to pick the same fare to 37, 50 cedis. They cannot, in the evening, he has to pay 100 cedis. From tomorrow, any driver that will catch, that is charging fare that is not supposed to charge, I can promise we'll deal with the drivers.
Meanwhile, leaders of the transport union denied allegations of overcharging passengers. They blamed so-called floating drivers, those not affiliated with recognized unions, for engaging in the practice.
Most of these issues are caused by the floating driver. As a union executive, as a branch executive, if my driver should be the one found in such act, we'll deal with him.
The Ghana Police Service, the Fire Service, and National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO officials, pledged to work together to ensure public safety throughout the festive season.
I want our brothers, the drivers, to know that we are not enemies. Drivers and police, we are supposed to work or we collaborate together to get our roads being more safer for the commuters.
This Christmas, NADMO, we are not going on leave, just as the IGP has told the police that you are not going on leave. We are going to ensure that safety of the people is apprehended.
Be on guard. If you see anyone planning to set fire in the markets or in the cars or anywhere, kindly call fire service. We also will call police to solve the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, please assist us for us to assist you.
The Accra Metropolitan Chief Executive further announced that beginning Friday, November 21, a special task force will be deployed at vantage points across its jurisdiction to enforce compliance and guarantee a safe, orderly Christmas celebration.
Now, the Court of Appeal has acquitted and discharged the former Assemblyman of Dentra Obuasi William Barr. The Court of Appeal ruled that the evidence and witness testimonies relied upon by the High Court were insufficient and did not support the conclusion leading to his conviction and sentencing. Lord Odwasari was in court and filed this report for us earlier.
On January 29, 2024, a 7-member jury returned a guilty verdict against William Barr and 11 others who were sentenced to life imprisonment for their roles in the murder of Major Adams Mahama after they were convicted by the Accra High Court. The former Assemblyman for Dentra Obuasi in their central region was found guilty on the charge of abetment of murder. Bernard Asamoah, Kofi Nyame, Akwesi Ban, Kwame Tufo, Joseph Apia-Kubi, Michael Enim, Akwesi Asante, Charles Queening, Emmanuel Beidu, John Boasi, and Kwejo Enima were found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder. The jury also returned a guilty verdict on the charge of murder against Asamoah, Nyame, Ba, Tufo, Kubi, Enim, Asante, and Queenie. 2 others, Bismarck Donko and Bismarck Abanga, who stood trial alongside the 12, were however acquitted and discharged after the jury returned a verdict of not guilty to the charge of conspiracy to commit murder. A 3-member panel of justices of the Court of Appeal on Thursday, November 20, in a unanimous judgment, held that the trial judge in the matter misdirected the jury and that the evidence of the prosecution witnesses 8 and 11 did not corroborate with each other. Overwhelmed with emotion, William Ba broke down in tears after hearing that he had been acquitted and discharged. Lawyer for the former assemblyman, George Bernard Shaw, expressed delight over the court's decision.
The most dramatic was what happened in the sports at the Terminal Court 3 when the uncle of the late Major Mahama, may he rest in peace, accosted me openly and tried to shove a blow down my spine. And they left taking the judge to arrange for a police escort to take me out of the court services. I'm very emotional. In a way, actually, I'm not really like that one year in the case.
One of the 3-member panel of justices, Ernest Osudapa, advocated for public education against instant justice of alleged criminals. He indicated that the ordeal of the late Major Adams Mahama was a very sad one and one that he did not deserve. However, justice had to prevail. Lord Rasari, TV3 News, Accra.
The Ghana Armed Forces screened nearly 5,000 applicants on the first day of its nationwide recruitment exercise for the Navy, Army and Air Force. 2 applicants who presented forged documents were arrested and handed over to the military police for investigation. Joseph Armstrong has the rest of the story.
The Airworks Stadium is the main center of the military screening exercise and was the scene of the stampede that occurred on Wednesday, November 12. A week after that incident, the situation has changed. On Thursday, November 20, the military resumed screening with new safety measures in place. From the entrance to the screening zone, clearly marked demarcations now guide applicants through each stage of the process.
Everything is orderly today. We have this center as the Airworks Center, and we have 2 different teams for the Airworks Center. Initially, the presser we sent out was that we're going to take care of 600 persons or people per day. Today, based on experience we gathered or intelligence we gathered from Kumasi, the process at Kumasi, we realized that they were able to do about 1,000 a day. So we realized that we could increase the number to 800.
We found out that one of the applicants had a forged summary sheet. The summary sheet is what you get after you have applied on our portal. So it was realized that there are some unscrupulous people who just dupe these unsuspecting applicants who want to serve the nation, and they create their own interfaces and issue out their own vouchers and give them SMS short messages that they are supposed to come for screening today. So in the process of checking their documents, we found out that one person had a forged summary sheet.
2 main screening centers have been set up at Airworks Stadium. The same structured setup was observed at other screening locations, including Nicholson Park at Bema Camp, the Air Force Base, Tershi Stradrock, and the Eastern Naval Command in Tema. The Chief of the Defense Staff, Lieutenant General William Ejapon, monitored the exercise at Airworks Stadium, while the Chief of the Army Staff, Major General Lawrence Betanu, toured other centers.
We want to commend the general public for adhering to the instructions that only non-applicants should get to the centers. For that has reduced the crowd level, and so things are going smoothly. I can also tell you that for the unfortunate ones who got injured, they are receiving medical treatment at 37. Some of them go in and out. Those who are still on admission are being taken care of well. But for me, what is important is the lessons that we learn from this particular exercise. This has told us that we need to do things differently moving on. And from the next possible recruitment section, we will come out with measures that makes this thing more seamless than it has been.
Later, the Parliamentary Select Committee on Defense and Interior, led by Chairman James Agaga visited some of the screening centers.
What we have seen is very satisfactory. I mean, it's impressive. We've seen that, yes, they have now formed quite a number of centers, teams, to simultaneously assess the eligibility of the applicants.
He gave an update on the injured who are still receiving treatment at the 37 Military Hospital. The Greater Accra phase of the military screening exercise is expected to run for at least 5 days. Joseph Armstrong, Good Alibi TV3, Accra.
Now, Three Foundation and Management of Media General have started a fundraiser to help cure an accommodation and a shop for 32-year-old domestic violence victim Harriet Amuzu to empower her economically. Meanwhile, Harriet has been taken to a safe haven following an intervention by the Gender Minister and the Ghana Police Service.
Harriet Amuzu's story got many Ghanaians talking, highlighting the need to curb the canker of domestic violence in society. I was at a funeral on Saturday in my hometown when he called to say that my younger son was ill and that I must return to cater for him. I only came home to find the kids playing and asked why he lied to me. At night, he wanted to have sex with me. I refused because we've been estranged for 5 months. He told me that he had set a trap for me. He wanted to kill me.
They are handling the criminal aspect of it, and so we'll take the needed steps to ensure that she's also okay. She's healthy and strong. And then we can look at economically how to support her whilst this case is also being handled by the police.
Economic empowerment is important for survivors of domestic violence as it provides them with the needed resources to regain control over their lives. To help Harriet gain financial independence, Three Foundation, the corporate social responsibility arm of Media General, has started a fundraiser inviting Ghanaians to join hands to help secure an accommodation and shop for Harriet Amuzu. Viewers can send donations to Three Foundation's Momo number 05974331110, reference Harriet Amuzu. You can also send your donation to Three Foundation's Zenith Bank account number 6010603927 or by personally bringing your donation to Media General at Desawe Kanda. Let's come together to help Harriet break free from the cycle of abuse and build a great future. No amount is too small.
And do make sure to bring in your support for Harriet. Still on this, the chair of the Women Caucus in Parliament, Comfort Doye, has described as unfortunate the physical abuse meted out to 32-year-old domestic violence victim Harriet Amuzu. She advised women not to avoid red flags while in relationships, urging the Ghana Police Service to act with urgency when cases of domestic violence are reported.
Very unfortunate, and as we've seen, this one is not the only one. There is a lot that is not in the public domain, and women should be extra careful when it comes to toxic men. Toxic men cannot change. You cannot change any man. So don't stay in toxic marriage and assume that that man is going to change. The moment you realize, normally we pick the red flags before marriage, but we assume that we can change them. How can you change somebody who have been trained by his parents for years? And you met the person, you said, I will change. You can't change him. So the moment you see that red flag, you are a girlfriend, you are not married yet, and the beatings have started, please pack yourself somewhere. She said even in front of the police, the husband beaten her. Why should it be so? What is it that you cannot arrest this man and caution her, ask him to sign a bond? What is it that the dorsal unit of Tesano, is it Tesano police station, cannot come in and said, woman, this marriage is not safe for you. Find a place. If the man needs you, he should come there and visit you. What is it that they cannot advise?
Comfort Doyo there. She is the chair of the Women Caucus in Parliament. Now, Deputy Director of the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, Professor Augustine Oklu, says quality assurance in education should focus on people and continuous improvement rather than compliance only. He was speaking at the observance of the World Quality Assurance Week in Accra.
Educators and policymakers met to reflect on how the country could embed quality and excellence across all areas of national development. Deputy Director of GTEC, Professor Augustine Oklu, said GTEC would continue to collaborate with universities and tertiary institutions to promote accountability and transparency in academic programs and institutional governance.
Quality cuts across every aspect of our lives to be sure and certain that the graduates that have been produced across the country meet certain standards. Quality in everything that we do, in the water we drink, in the food we eat, in places that we sleep. A building is under construction and it has collapsed. What is the quality assurance that has been put in place?
The director of the Global Quality Assurance Association, Dr. Violet Makuku, also urged citizens to think differently and stop normalizing poor standards and indiscipline.
What role can we play in compliance? And when there's no compliance, what do we do about enforcement? Galamsey, drains that are dirty and choked, building in waterways. And when the people who are responsible come to correct these mistakes, they are faced with a lot of challenges.
The event was jointly organized by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, and the Global Quality Assurance Association.
The Member of Parliament for Kaikwe Central, Patrick Yabuama, has described the planned Accra-Kumasi Expressway as unnecessary and a misplaced priority. He has lambasted the government for not adding to the existing road project, but rather seeking to undertake what he says is a far-fetched project that lacks funding. Remember that this is coming on the back of MPs interrogating the 2026 budget presented by government with critical sectors under scrutiny.
If you look at the cover page of this year's budget, you can see a clear Photoshop of a certain express road that the minister spoke about, that he was going to construct an express road to Kumasi. Mr. Speaker, what is the crime of the people of this country, especially those of us who ply our road to our villages, especially from Accra to Paga and to Boko? For 8 years, from 2009 to 2016, not a single kilometer of road was added by the NDC government. Yes. You come into government again, and instead of you prioritizing with the completion of the dualization of the Accra-Kumasi road, you are telling us that you are going to construct an express road. From which funds? It's a complete misplaced priority. What Ghanaians want to see is the completion of the dualization project that was started by the Akufo-Addo administration.
We have realized that we have come to a point in time where there is huge housing deficit in the city, where a lot of youth have massed up in the city without any work. So the target, the aim, the aspiration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is to ensure that we send most of these youth back to base. And that is why we will not centralize these monies in Accra, but rather send them to the various district assemblies so that we unleash job opportunities We incentivize the economy at the village level.
If you talk to every Air Force officer, every pilot, that if government has 9 billion, the first thing they will tell you, Mr. Speaker, is that bar us what we will need to be able to protect the people of Ghana. And what they need to protect the people of Ghana is helicopter gunship and fighter jets first. If you decide to buy this one first, what you are doing, you are buying it for your own comfort. You are buying it for your own comfort, the comfort of the executive.
One of the bad policies that they took was to cap all our statutory funds, thereby staffing Get Fund of resources, staffing District Assembly Common Funds, staffing NHIA of funds. Mr. Speaker, today, under this government, all these statutory funds have been uncapped, particularly District Assembly Common Fund. Mr. Speaker, District Assembly Common Fund under Atuba Forsen and President Mahama is performing wonders. 80% of common fund is being sent to the district assemblies.
We stay in Parliament, and the Speaker of the House, Alban Bagbin, has encouraged citizens and Parliament staff to acquaint themselves with the language and practice of the legislative body. He has endorsed 2 scholarly works that will enhance legislative knowledge and promote effective governance that includes the public.
There are a lot of things that we do here without understanding them, particularly in the third world. Because we don't take time to learn the etymology of the words, the roots. Books such as these are more than publications. They are investments in the future of our democracy. They enrich our institutional heritage, support the work of legislators and parliamentary staff, and empower citizens to better understand the processes that shape national decisions.
These books form part of a larger mission to enhance parliamentary literacy, deepen institutional memory, and bridge the gap between the institution and the citizens itself. I believe strongly that parliamentary knowledge should not reside only in the minds of a few or confined within committee rooms. It must breathe through the daily lives of the people who are the true sovereigns. May we remain steadfast in our commitment to strengthening our institutions and deepening the culture of scholarship within our parliamentary practice.
I formally declare the following books: Parliamentary Language in Ghana, The Citizen's Guide, and Subsidiary Legislation in Ghana, Principles, Practice, and Procedure, duly launched.
And that's it for the morning news here on TV3. My name is Beatrice Edu. Thank you very much for joining us, and do stay with us on Newday. to the morning show.
Let me surprise you. Do you know what that means?
What does it mean?
So it's a song about perseverance.
Okay.
I mean, it means keeping on or like continuing what you are doing. So sometimes you may have various situations that will be complicated, but you just have to still endure. I mean, endure. I think endure captures it better than keeping on. But we normally say like, keep on with what you are doing, no matter how tough.
Wow, which language is that?
It's Ewe. It's Ewe.
Ah, it's Ewe. Oh, yeah. That's lovely.
I mean, they're asking me from the back end.
They're asking whether you have a new Ewe friend.
I mean, the point is that
Girlfriend.
I mean, the point is that.
Can you confirm?
I'm coming. Don't worry at all. I'll deal with all the questions. I mean, except that our viewers are not hearing the questions. But
yes.
First, I mean, I like looking beyond. I mean, music. I just like to listen to what is being said, and so this is one of the songs that I had looked into some months back when it came out. So that's how come I saw it. It's a very beautiful song.
I mean, I love it. One thing about music is sometimes you don't even need to understand the lyrics. The melody and how things go just make you flow with the song.
Yeah.
So I didn't even understand the language, but I still felt it was.
The latest song I'm jamming to is called Agbozume Naomi.
Wow.
You guys should check out that song. it's in a way I don't get any word of it, but the rhythm and everything is just beautiful. So that song too, I've looked at the lyrics, but that one I can't share. It's too early in the morning.
Yes. Yes. So once again, you're welcome to New Day right here on TV3. It's a delight to always have you join us. My name is Beatrice Edu, and here with a senior lawyer.
Oh, the junior lawyer, I beg you, baby counsel. I'm Joseph Akable, joining you for the Friday edition of New Day. There's a lot to talk about this morning. We'll start off first with this morning's segment where we'll have a conversation about the cost of living. I mean, we are back to the point where we are hearing from government and the opposition having an entire discussion on whether the economy is much better or not. And the question being asked is that, well, where you find yourself today, do you think the cost of living is much better? Yesterday we were talking about price of KK. And
how much is a bowl of KK in your hood?
I'm confused. You know, sometimes you buy these things without paying attention. Then when it becomes a subject of debate, I've been thinking since I saw the debate, even though I ate KK on Sunday, and I just can't remember the price. But I mean, definitely it was less than 10 cedi. What I can't remember is whether it was 7 or 5.
The last time
I think there's a smaller bowl that is 5.
Yes, there's a smaller one and there's a bigger one. But I think the last time I bought KK myself, about 3 weeks ago, that was about 5 cedis. Bought the small fishes and the shrimps and the stuff. So when you finish, you know how much you're paying for.
Yes. So that's one question that we'll be asking. And a bit later on the big issue, we'll talk about the former finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta. The update is that he'll be arraigned on Monday. The special prosecutor has indicated they will be making some request to the court to bring the case to his attention because he's not in the country. Then we'll round up the weekly discussion with the domestic violence issue that has got a lot of you talking. Very unfortunate incidents there. We've all seen what happened, and what we are trying to do here at Media General is to try and raise some funds for the victim of the domestic violence to help her through this particular phase. Because a lot of the times when people are abused in such a manner, the challenge is that they can't stand on their own. So they end up going back to the very individuals who abuse them, and they become their means of survival. And so more often than not, the complainants don't even cooperate with investigators. But this one, we know that she had reported it a number of times. Very unfortunate and disturbing story. And so it's another one that we'll get into and talk about as well.
Yeah.
Beatrice?
And I must commend Harriet Amuzu, the victim, for, coming out and deciding to eventually just reveal her identity and everything, just because she believes that would help other women. I mean,
and we must commend the tenant in the house.
Yes.
The tenant in the house
Yes.
who took that video. In fact, while the attention has been on Harriet, there's a story the police told in that press release about the fact that after the video went viral, the two sisters of the main gentleman at the center of this controversy had actually attacked the tenant who they suspect to have taken the video. They attacked her. So those two ladies have also been arrested as well. And I mean, basically, well, yes, he's not a gentleman. I agree. He's not a gentleman. But the man who has been arrested, it will mean that the tenant who took the video cannot continue to live in that house as well.
Yes, and must also equally be protected.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your landlord, and your landlord, you've taken a video of your landlord beating up his wife. I mean, that's the end of the tenancy arrangement, and that's something that we all as a society.
I mean, it's better to live
must
in
pay
a better
attention to.
place than a place where you see abuse every day.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
it takes extra courage to film and even spread it for the whole world to see, leading to the rescue of this woman. And yeah, so this morning we showed you the numbers that you could call if you want to contribute and bring in your support, or you want to come here to give that support to the woman. And perhaps we should say thank you in advance for paying attention as well to this and your willingness to support. But you're welcome to the This Morning segment. And of course, we'll be finding out from you how the economy is like where you live in your community. How much is a bowl of kinky, for instance? We heard the majority leader say that if you go to Kempiski and you're buying a bowl of kinky, you should expect that the price will be different from your regular community. We'll be playing that conversation which happened in Parliament very shortly. But let me remind you, today is Friday. We're giving out cash. You dial *439#, you follow the prompt, you pick your favorite platform, which is number 2 right here on TV3. We're giving 10,000 Ghana cedis to 10 individuals. And if you keep playing, Roland will tell you, play more than 40 times, you will get the chance of getting 1,000 cedis from the 10,000. So keep playing. Remember, it's *439#. You follow the prompt, you pick number 2, your favorite platform, right here on TV3. And very shortly, we will be telling you who our lucky winner today is. But let's watch the debate in Parliament on the real cost of the economy for you.
Kenke, which used to be 5 cedis, is now 7 cedis. So clearly, Mr. Speaker, it shows that the government of Ghana, the budget presented by Dr. Atto-Forson is just not working. Mr. Speaker, we therefore, every Ghanaian should know that the budget they keep presenting to us and by the NDC is not a budget that is solving the problems of this country. Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, is he citing Kempiski hotel prices? Is it Kempiski hotel prices or Makola prices?
I've mentioned these are price.
Honourable Member, continue.
Just a bit of what transpired during the debate in Parliament, but we do have Mejina on the line, our first caller. Good morning to you. Mejina, thank you for joining us once again. Tell us what you think.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
And this is Mejina.
Yes, sir.
First of all, let me take this opportunity to take this your platform to wish one of my students, Mr. Honorable Alhaji Cookson. He's at the office of the General Secretary of NDC, Honorable Fifi Kwete. I greet him this morning and wish him a happy belated birthday. The man is so kind that he cares about everyone. For that matter, I want to say God should give him more days with more blessing and more wisdom to be able to serve mankind. That attitude, I want to praise him this morning. Coming to the issue, and also let the road minister get to understand that the road leading from Brikum to Sampa through Drobo, in fact, the people using or accessing the road are really passing through difficulties. Nowadays, armed robbers have been attacking on that road, and it's very terrible. Except our military officers who were not on duty, they were all involved and was attacked. And we were lucky that casualties did not occur. And I have to say that we praise God that thing did not result in the killing of anyone. But the economy, please, I want to say that with the economy, let me say, Ghanaians, some of them, many of us, we are wicked. Why do I say that? When you go to the market today, the farmer who produces the farm produce, how much is it? Now, maize, how much does it cost? The bag of maize is somewhere around 300 cedis. Unlike previously, where we used to buy it about 1,000 plus. Now, when you come to oil, you say you use the oil to do. How much were you buying a gallon of oil? Today, how much is it? So we Ghanaians, we are hypocrites. We are not, majority of now, we are wicked. We always look for money. When you go to the market, you buy beef food stuff very cheaply. And when they cook, I don't know what they will add. We all understand that you go and do your market there. But the profit margin that they are making is outrageous, which I think there must be a law. You see, Côte d'Ivoire, they have strict market laws. But here we understand that there is a total competition market system that we are practicing.
Yes.
Therefore, one cannot force you to say you use this kind of price. But we should moderate in whatever we do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Majina, for calling us and for sharing those thoughts with us. Joe, I don't know whether you go to the market and you get to experience some of the things he's talking about.
I mean, yes, I do. I go to the market once a while. I think the fact is that generally there are a number of things that come into play that enables us to determine whether the cost of living has generally improved. A lot of the time, people will tell you that price of products have gone up, but the economics will tell you that when the economy is generally better in terms of the indicators, inflation, exchange rates, which ensures that fuel prices are not going as much up as they should be going. Even though price of products may not necessarily be coming down, you will still not be spending as much as you'd be doing. And so if you pick a certain period last year where fuel prices were very high, it would mean that the same 10 cedis cannot buy you the things that 10 cedi used to buy. I mean, fortunately for fuel products, when the price comes down, we see. So maybe the ball of Banku or Kenke or TZ or whatever you eat, you may be buying it at the same price. But the fact is that if things were not as stable as they have been for some time now, you may not be able to even, that amount may not be able to get your ball of Kenke. And
but
so,
you know, there's some truth also in what he says about market women intentionally increasing the prices just to get extra profit margins. Yes. I've seen it.
Yes.
And the few ones who are honest will tell you that I think that it's okay for me to sell my good at this price. I will still get profit anyway. And it will go faster and I'm not cheating anybody.
Yeah, and I mean,
a lot of the time.
The market women, they would always tell you that no matter, I've not seen any work we've done in the market that people have told us that the economy is better since time immemorial.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we have Razak on the line. Good morning to you, Razak. Thank you so much for joining us on this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes.
How are you and your panelists?
Very well, thank you. And my co-host, Joseph Akable. Yes.
I'm calling from Tamale. And I want to talk about our food stuff issue in Ghana here. Most of our problems come from our market women. Now, Tamale here, if you go to the market, a bag of maize is 300 to 400 Ghana cedis. But if they want to process the kenke or the banku to turn into food and you're going to buy it, it will be costly. If you ask the woman will tell you, I bought this, I bought that, I bought this. So the problem is for us, not the parliamentarians, not the MPs and the other people. It's really the market women who are causing the problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's with the market women. That's what I'm going to tell Ghana, and they will know that it's not the government. It's we those selling the goods that are causing all the problems, who raising the price of food stuff in Ghana. The government is trying to best to reduce the price, and we, the market women and the market men, are trying to higher the price.
Thank you.
The problem is from we, the market women, not the government.
It's from the market women, not the government. Thank you very much as well. Thank you,
very
Razak.
much, madam.
Yes. Thank you, Razak, for calling us from Tamale in the northern region. Thank you so much. You can also call in, share your thoughts with us. The numbers are displayed on your screen. And yes, we'll pick your thought. Joe, are there messages?
Someone just sent a message. A friend of mine is very funny. I mean, she's into business as well.
Okay.
A friend of mine, Nelly, she just sent a message. She's saying that, hey, market women, we better go. Reduce the prices of your products every time. And I mean, it's very true. I mean, we know that sometimes items are expensive, but whenever the prices even go down, they will tell you that they bought those products when the prices were high. So they're not going to bring down the prices. Why do you guys do that?
I'm being tempted not to even talk about what happens in Abu Sokai. I'm being tempted not to talk about it this morning. But I think we have Alhaji on the line with us. Good morning to you, Alhaji. Thank you so much for calling into the program. Tell us what's on your mind.
Good morning, Beatrice.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing yourself?
And I'm also good. Joseph, I hope everything is well.
I'm very well. I hope you are doing well too.
Oh, we thank God. We thank God. Let me send my greetings to Shami Mamusre and his husband Alaji Alasan and Honorable Ben, First Deputy Speaker and Dr. Abukar Wumbi and Chairman Ofosu Ampofu and Julius Zebra, Chief of Staff. I think sometimes when this MPP minority, Makbul's minority speak in Parliament, it doesn't make sense. Because this Dakunu issue, when we talk about how much is the Dakunu price and MPP came to power, even of 50%. Even though President Akufo-Addo went to the market and hold the Dakunu and saying that this one, by 50%, if Daniel gives him power, he will reduce the price of the kunu. And he increased it into the 5 cities. Now, come back is 300 to 350 Ghana cities. Even after 40 times, and we're buying corn 1 bag into 1,200 that time. And they have been increasing the price. So let's ask ourselves, what is happening? Even though the time and we have been going to farm, you know, the people, they have the tractors saying that they will not reduce the price of the tractor and acre how farming it. So if you look about some people, they are wicked. So wicked people, and we have in this country, but when they say the food price is 7 Ghana cedis, it's not true. A lie. I don't know where they go to buy, and they sell it 7 Ghana. They cheat them. If you are an MPP member and you complain, it means that you don't know your left because your government do it so. If we have some cocoa seller here in Sabulgo, it's a non-MPP woman. But if you go there, she will not sell the cocoa two cities. Sabotaging the government. That people they in this country. But you know, because of that, an MPP people organize the MPP farmers, and they should come out to demonstrate against the government and saying that the corn is not buying. How they do it and it's not buying, they will come out to demonstrate. So set character and we live in this country. We need to change our attitude and see how we can help the government and we build a better country. That's our problem. So let's keep on praying for the government. Maybe he will do the good things in the Mother Ghana. Let me send my blessing to my communication officer in Northern Region, Chief Agitator and his deputy, Abu Safiana. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alhaji, for calling us from Savalugu. Thank you so much and for sharing those thoughts with us. And Joseph, are there more messages for us?
Let's check and get some more of the messages that are coming through. A lot of you are commenting about the issues surrounding the price of a ball of kinky. I guess obviously because that was what was brought keenly. This one here says that MPP will not stop lying even in opposition. A ball of kinky is 3 cedis in my area. But the issue is that some of the market women are wicked and have refused to reduce the price, especially for maize. We all know we use maize for almost everything. That is coming from Kutuka, Courage, and Loga, Lashibi. Is the 3 cedi kinky prices is here at Anloga, Lashibi. Let me come in, buy some and bring it here. This one is very, very long. No, we can't take this one. It's too long. So that's the message. It's a ball of kinky and the caller is talking plenty. You're the one asking that.
I think we have Thompson on the line. Good morning to you, Thompson. Tell us where you're calling us from and what's on your mind today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So thank you very much for your listeners and the viewers. I'm calling from Kotobabi.
Kotobabi right here in Accra?
Kotobabi, yeah, okay. Kotobabi to be precise. Near Town Kotobabi.
Sure.
Good, thank you very much. I think the NPP man who just spoke about the ball of pinky, the MP.
That's the former Western Regional Minister, yes.
Yes. It should be serious enough. Ghanaians are far awake. We all live in this country. During the tenure of President Akufo-Addo, we know how much a ball of kinky was sold, right? Before they came to power, we know how much a ball of kinky was sold in this country and part of the community. You understand? Today, how much is a bag of maize? In my community, a kinky is not being sold more than the 5 cedis he's talking about. And in some areas, they are selling 3 cedis. The maize is abandoned in the market. The prices are lower than it was. So I don't see the reason why he should be telling us that the ball of cake is being sold at 7 cedis. If they don't have anything better to tell Ghanaians, they should go and say. You see, this propaganda will not let them come to power for 2028. It will not let them come to power. Ghanaians are failing the economy. See, you cannot compare President Akufo-Addo, former President Akufo-Addo administration to John Mahama's administration. The difference is big. You understand? They are only 38 in parliament. They should think about how to strata themselves and correct their mistakes they did. So that if Ghanaians can have mercy on them to give them another chance, it will be better. But for them to be telling such lies, see, we just came from election. It's not up to a year. It's not up to a year. What else can they tell Ghanaians? When they were in power, we saw their performances. They're thievery. They are looting. We saw it. We know what is happening now. So if they don't have anything better to tell Ghanaians, they should give us a break. This economy is a fantastic one. How much is $1 now? Bring the account, how much is $1 to the city? They told us the fundamentals is there. If the fundamentals are wrong, they're saying you will expose you. What are we seeing today? What are we seeing today? So the truth is there. They should not come and tell us anything. We won't believe them. Ghanaians are far awake. Those days are gone. Those days that between the jargons, telling lies. You have the men, you have them. Where are the men? Where are the men, my sister? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Thompson, for calling us from Kotobabi, Accra, Newtown. Well, as you try to call in, there's a world-class university right here in Ghana, Rosebank International University, a strong South African university and a branch of the ADV Tech Group, Africa's largest private education provider with 146 schools across 5 African countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. Rosebank International University is fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTEC in Ghana, City Guild UK, and Capsicum Culinary Studio. At Rosebank International University, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration, MBA, Master of Science, and Master of Philosophy in Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, etc. We offer hospitality and culinary arts available at diploma, undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Our ICT has BSc Information Technology in Business Systems and IT Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a successful global career. Our mission is simple: inspiring excellence. Admissions are now open for January 2026. Visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial or Pebia House, Accra, or apply online at www.riuc.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens. Of course, you're still here on the This Morning segment on New Day. We do have Abdul on the line with us. Good morning to you, Abdul. Tell us where you're calling us from and what's on your mind regarding what we're talking about today.
Hello, I'm Abdul Fatah, calling from Tolong.
Tolong?
Yes, please.
Good morning, sir. How is Tolong this morning?
No, everything is fine.
Great. Tell us what's on your...
Yes, I want to contribute to the program.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Please, you see, every day we have been seeing inflation coming down always. But for us over here, we have seen that we the farmers, but the government has been subsidizing us. Why am I saying this? I'm just saying this because when you look at the amount that we invested into our farming, and now when you pick the product, you can't sell it to. You can't sell it to buy maybe the item that is on the market. Assuming that if I pick a bag of maize today, which is almost 200 to 300 Ghana cedi in one area, but when I was about to go to the farm, I bought a bag of fertilizer, almost 500 Ghana cedi. And now look at what we are experiencing now. So by we the farmers, they are not happy about the way things are going. So that's the issue that we are facing with. Because the products are not selling at all. Even to sell it, it's difficult for you to do it. So we the farmers, we are really suffering.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you so much for calling us from Tolong and for sharing that view with us. I'm wondering how much or the acre of a farm that a bag of fertilizer can be used for, because she's saying that the prices are not good enough. I thought that if you had a bag of fertilizer, you could fertilize like a large farm. I mean, I guess it depends on... get bags of maize from it.
I guess it depends on the application, because some of the fertilizers, you just have to use them one. There are some that you use a lot more. So it also depends on which crops are on that farm as well. But just some messages quickly before we go to the caller. This one here from Ralph Akuse. You say that the price of Kenke in Akuse is still 5 cedis since 2020, and it's still the same, both in size and weight. Okay, the urban areas, you can understand the price variation. That is the price you pay when you want to stay in an affluent city. That's your message there. Final one here from landlord inside Borga D-Line. You say that Akufo-Addo in 2016 made every Ghanaian believe that 1 cedi ball of Kenke is just absurd. Interestingly, he left office with 5 cedi to 7 cedis price for Komi. Today, they are asking JM why Kenke is still 5 cedi, even as a bag of maize is around 500, 600 cedis. ANPP. I'm even tired of them. With due respect, the last person who tried to understand the NPP's problems, okay, landlord from Borga D-Line.
But from the people who have called so far, it looks like it's actually less than a bag of maize is less than 500 cedis. This man who is a farmer just mentioned that it's actually less than 300 cedis. In some places, up to 300 cedis. Yes, so yes, call in, share your thoughts with us. But let me tell you that hunger can strike any time. But Royal King Cracker is always on standby when you need something enjoyable to munch on. Royal King Cracker brings the crunch and the buttery taste. It fits right into your day, morning, noon, or night. Royal King Cracker, take choke your hunger. Just grab one and enjoy. Remember, this advert is FDA approved. I think we have Sani on the line. Good morning to you, Sani. Tell us where you're calling us from and what you think of what we're discussing today.
Okay, I'm calling from Wali Wali, and I just want to greet the former parliamentary candidate for the NDC, Honorable Abubakar Abdallah, and then the Municipal Chief Executive for Wali Wali, Raju Jabba. They always listen and watch your show. So I greet them and all the people in Wali Wali. Having said that, you see, some people confuse minority, to be light. You see, the fact that you are minority doesn't mean you should oppose everything and then including the truth. When you do that,
you will continue to be a minority for a very, very, very long time. And I want to advise MPP. This budget, in fact, it addresses every facet of our economy. Okay? And it is very, very good for the people of this country. Ghanaians are very, very happy with President Mahama, the way he's handled the economy. You say economy is not, management is not about textbook show. It's about practicality. So that is why everything is now good. You see, today they are even saying that the president is going to buy a presidential jet costing 1.2 billion Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, it is clearly that they are going to retool the Ghana Armed Forces. Okay, that is the budget for the armed forces for the 4 years. So you are saying that so today retooling has now become buying presidential jet just because Akufo-Addo was using our monies to rent presidential jets. Okay, millions of Ghana cedis wasting our money. Today you just want to find equality. So please, when you go everywhere in this country, it is clear that prices of foodstuff are down as compared to 2 or MPP's time. 2 years or MPP time. The bowl of kinky that they are talking. Some of us, when we even buy it 3 cedis, enough here is even 3 cedis. And sometimes when you buy it, you cannot even finish it. And some of us, you can't finish it because it is too big. So prices of food and service they are very, very, very down. Even though farmers are complaining that they don't buy their produce and all that. So I want to appeal to the government that next year they should also try and make sure that the cost of inputs, that is the fertilizer and then the chemicals that they use to do the farming, they reduce the prices so that our farmers will not complain. During MPP time, those people who have money, the government officials, they used to buy the food and hold it, and then export it to the benefit of themselves. Okay, to the detriment of the poor people. So today, government is making sure the food is there everywhere. Food is there, so that we, the ordinary people, can also have access to it.
Thank you.
Some people eat rice only in festivals and festivities, maybe Christmas or marriage times or something like that. But today, there's rice everywhere. People are now eating rice every day. So they should keep quiet and learn from the NDC people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sani, for calling us from Wale Wale and for sharing those thoughts with us. Step into a night of elegance, music and fine dining at the Mervynpike Classical Music Night, happening on the 27th of November at the Mervynpike Ambassador Ballroom. Come enjoy an enchanting evening of live performances by Guy Bertrand and Kokui Selome. Some an exquisite 4-course dinner with perfect wine pairings and capture magical moments with our photo experiences. It's more than an evening, it's a symphony of taste, sound and style, crafted for those who cherish the finer things in life. Hurry now. Seats are limited. Don't miss your chance to be a part of an evening where every note hits the heart and every flavor delights the palate. The price is 1,800 cedis. Reserve your seats now and today by calling 020-433-3136 or 0302-611-000. Mervynpike Classical Music Night, where music meets elegance and moments turn into memories. Yes, the numbers are still displayed on your screen. Call in and share your thoughts with us. In the meantime, Joe, there's some more
messages here. This one from Randy Magabi. You say that come to Teshi guest in. Kinke is 3 cedis and 5 cedis. And another one here, you say that the Kinke politics was started with a former president when he met a kinky price at 2 cedis and they left it at 5 cedis instead of 1 cedi or 50 pesos. MPP should be the last to complain. And another one here, you said that how many bags did he get from that 1 bag of fertilizer? Is the question that you're asking?
The question I asked there.
Yes, the question you asked as well over there. So, I mean, it appears there are different views generally about what the price of the products are on the market and everything. But, I mean, we all like our kinky, don't we?
Yeah, Gakenke, Fanti Kenke, all of that, yes. But let's go to Alhaji now. Good morning to you, Alhaji. Thank you very much for joining us. Tell us where you're calling us from and what's on your mind today. Alhaji.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. I hope you're well.
Good morning. Very good. I am calling from Accra here.
Okay.
My name is Alaji Tedi Sakana. But the contribution that I also want to do this morning, sorry, what the efforts that the government is doing.
Maybe you need some water, but we can hear you.
This morning, the effort that the government is doing and the rice and food sellers, what they are doing is not good. They need a profit. Yeah, they need a profit. If you do it in the right way, you benefit. But if you wanted to sell it and criticize the government, it won't benefit you. Look at the efforts that the government is doing. Now that the millet bag was a 15 million people, now that they have reduced to 5 million, 6 million, but why are you still selling food higher? Just because you spoil the name of the government, which is not good. If you want to benefit, if you buy something 1 million, you just when you benefit 1 million on top is good because you also support with that. But what the NPP people are doing is not good. They should try and then be telling the people the truth. Otherwise, sometimes they will come out and say something, and the people won't agree with them. So what I'm saying is, they should come down. We are pleading it to the right sellers. They should have patience and then do it the right way for us. So the second one is to greet my senior men, NPP people that should have patience and stay there for 40-something years back before they come back. I'm saying good morning to Alaji Aukondo and then Alaji Mustafa, Deputy CEO of TOR. And I'm saying good morning to all the NDC people. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you very much, Alhaji, for calling us from Accra. How much is 1 million in Ghana cedis now?
1 million?
Yes, a lot of people still talk in old currency. The currency was redenominated
1 million,
in
1 million, that's 100 cedis.
That's 100 cedis.
Yeah, that's 100 cedis, yes.
But thank you very much.
I heard the president this week saying exactly that. I mean, it's from 2007 till now. Yes. I mean, he was surprised. There's my mechanic does the same thing.
Yes.
When you ask him how much is the spare part, you say 4 million.
Yes.
And I'm like, 4 million Ghana cedis. I
don't know why they've not been able to convert, because every time, anyway, I try to still find out how much, I mean, the conversion and all of that, but well, it's that time of the year again. There is festive, spirits are high, and the search for the perfect holiday escape begins. This season, South African tourism invites you to come find your joy right in the heart of South Africa. Whether it's a family getaway, a romantic retreat, or an adventure with friends, there's a festive experience made just for you. Enjoy packages like Christmas in Cape Town or Jungle Bells in South Africa, with flights, luxury stays, city tours, wine tastings, and more. From scenic drives to safari fun, every detail is planned for pure joy and ease. Our Christmas getaway offers nights of indulgence, stunning tours, and a taste of South Africa's finest landscapes. Whichever you choose, South Africa promises warmth, wonder, and memories to last a lifetime. Just visit southafrica.net to book your joyful getaway today. Find your joy this December with South Africa. I don't know why when I was reading the romantic bit, I was thinking of you, Joseph. Maybe you booked something for this December?
I think that...
Why are you not... why are you not talking?
No. I keep on saying that there's something that you guys on TV do that confuses our viewers a lot. So like we're having a conversation here, which is what the viewers are aware of.
Okay.
Then there are those at the back who are talking through our ears and having a whole different conversation.
I just thought of you. I don't know why. Maybe
That's
you
fine.
booked something
That's
romantic.
No,
You're not saying anything more?
No. I think I'll stick to what you said.
Well, ask Akabile thinks about it, whether or not he has a romantic night in South Africa. Join the Africa Digital Dialogue as we explore smart farming, technology meets tradition, a conversation on how digital innovation is transforming agriculture across Africa. This edition features a powerhouse panel including Isaac Sessi, Nana Opoku, Silas Cayman Samboating, and Dr. Emmanuel Kwating. It's happening today from 9 a.m. I'm moderating that at the Executive Theatre from 9 to 12 noon. And you can register now on mgtix.africa or at adf.africa. And Africa Digital Dialogue is powered by MG Digital and Digital Foundation Africa. So you want to tune in and watch what we would talk about, technology in agriculture. But we have our last caller joining us. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on this morning segment on New Day. Tell us your name, where you're calling us from.
Yes, my name is Samuel, calling from Tema.
Yes, sir, Samuel.
Yes, I just want to say that Ghanaians, I think whatever is happening to us, it's our own doing, because we honestly don't speak the truth to ourselves. When the NPP was in power, we played politics with a lot of issues, and it's happening now. Look, my sister, if anyone tells you that the ball of Kinky is 30 cities, well, I don't know, but it's a big lie.
How much is it? How much is it in Tema, where you are?
Ghana, but largely, we sell Kinky for 5 cities and 7 cities. 5 cities and 7 cities. And even now, with the 5 cities, you would have to buy 2 before you be okay. I work at Tripoli. That is where I stay in Tema, but then my factory is at Tripoli. When you go to Tripoli, if you want to eat and be okay, you have to buy 5 cities 2 or 7 cities. Even with the 7 cities, you may not be satisfied. And so we are playing politics with these things, and then we are not speaking truth to power. It happened during the NDC time, NPP time, and it's happening now. It's not good for our development. We need to speak truth to power. If it's this, let's speak the truth, irrespective of their party affiliation. Let's speak truth to power. A ball of Kinky now, it's 5 cities and 7 cities, and that is a fact. We all know we should stop playing politics with these things and move on. Either that, these leaders will play with our minds and we'll be dancing to their tunes. They are not speaking truth to power. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you very much for calling us from Tema, and the information you brought us as well. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us on This Morning segment on New Day. When we come back, Joseph Akable will handle the panel delving into the special prosecutor
We know from what we know from the OSP so far is that we don't expect Ken Ofori-Atta to be present in court because the OSP has indicated some steps they will be taking on Monday. I'll tell you all about that pretty shortly. Then we'll also touch on issues surrounding that disturbing domestic violence incident that has got all of us talking this week as well. But before we do all of that, let me tell you about Professor Enoch Opoku-Entry's Academic City. Are you looking for a university that will prepare your child for the future? Then Academic City University is the best choice for you. At Academic City, we do not just teach, we nurture creators, innovators, and leaders who shape tomorrow's world. We offer undergraduate programs in engineering, computational sciences, business and communication arts, and our BSc in artificial intelligence and robotics engineering are the first and only of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, with world-class facilities and industry-experienced faculty. Students not just learn, they create the latest technology as well. And for working professionals and young graduates, we have got you covered too with our MSc programs in cybersecurity and data science analytics, as well as professional certificate programs. At Academic City, our programs are practical, relevant, and future focused. And you can call Academic City on 026 269 3870 or visit act.edu.gh for more information. Admissions are open now on Academic City. Make your mark. All right, let me introduce you to my guest in the studio this morning. First, the man from Academic City, Professor Enoch Opoku-Entry, is a governance and policy analyst with a large fan base in Wisconsin, Virginia, Florida, and the other areas.
And Ohio.
Ohio as well?
Definitely.
Okay. Prof, thank you for joining us.
It's always a pleasure being here, Kat. This morning, I want to start with a message to international students and American policymakers. In 2025, research has shown that new international student enrollment in U.S. dipped by 17%. And what that means is that there's about over 1 billion lost in economic impact and nearly 23,000 fewer jobs supported across higher education, coming from housing, dining, transportation, and healthcare. So U.S. should consider their policies on international students coming in because they help a lot in job creation, because studies have found that every 3 foreign students that come in, 1 U.S. job is created or sustained. So I want them to understand the importance of foreign students coming to America. Mm-hmm. But having said that, the other thing I want to say to encourage people is that little becomes much when God is in it. I've seen the Ghanaian youth working so hard in different diverse ways. I am imploring on our leaders to create more jobs for them because they need jobs. But whatever little you have as a citizen, once God is in it, God can create it and make it much. Just be honest in any business that you do. Dedicate yourself and commit yourself with 2 things, your passion and then your purpose.
Absolutely. Thank you, Prof, as always. Next to Prof is Ebo Bachman. Ebo Bachman is Deputy Communications Director for the United Party. Ebo, good to have you here once again.
Yes. Let me just seize this opportunity to appreciate some guys. I have 3 guys I want to appreciate this morning. The first one is called Elliot. Elliot works at Limas restaurant inside Accra Mall. He's a wonderful human being, and I want to appreciate him this morning. And also my barbers, those who make sure that this one doesn't grow. Aziz and homeboy.
Your hair still grow?
Of high grade barbering shop at Westlands. And I greet you this morning. You guys have been wonderful to me, and this morning I want to appreciate you.
They are telling me that the barbers, their job for you, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. It's fine. Also joining us in the studio, Theophilus Jemega is a legal practitioner, also a member of the National Democratic Congress team. He shows up once in a while, he vanishes, then he comes back again. He's also an engineer as well, Council.
Yes, engineer, engineer.
Yes, good to see you once again.
Engineer, mining engineer, civil engineer, and a water resources engineer.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't disappear. When you call me,
you come.
I come. I am just a stone throw away from you.
Okay, so I guess that's the message to Shadrach.
Yes, when Shadrach calls, I'll be here. But it's nice to know that Bobak wants to crops. I mean, it doesn't need any style. It's just a matter of. But well, let me also use the opportunity to say good morning to your viewers, particularly my folks from Huawei, and also a very lovely lady, Imeta Akapu. Imeta, get well soon. She's a lecturer at Ho Technical University. Then yesterday, the president hosted us to the International Men's Day. The day passed without anybody knowing there was an International Men's Day. But thanks to His Excellency for hosting us at the Jubilee House yesterday.
Interesting. And let me introduce you to Kwame Jantwa, our senior around the table. I think last week was his birthday on Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, we wished him. I'm told he was watching. We wished him around the table. That's all I can say for now. But we thank him so much. We ask for God's blessings on his life. Very, very reliable, Mr. Jantwa, always available to join our conversations whenever we need him, and his contributions. I leave you to judge them. I mean, if you don't agree with the scorecard, then it's your own problem. I mean, amazing contribution. So always, he's been in the civic space, contributing to national discourse for so long, for so many years, and we've all enjoyed his expertise, his contributions to political discourse, energy matters, and he's a member of the Kwame Nkrumah's own political party, the Convention People's Party. Senior, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed your birthday as well.
Thank you, and thank you to the viewers of TV3. Yesterday, last week, when you mentioned my birthday on set, I was in the north. Let me give a shout out to Akayet Hotel. I checked out, waiting to board. We went because of the Ghana Energy Awards to inspect the installations of VRA. Just as I walked out, I heard a group of people, happy birthday. It shocked me.
Oh, right after we had mentioned.
Right after you had mentioned. And then we went into town. As I was walking, hey, Mr. Jantwa, happy birthday. Hey, Mr. Jantwa, happy birthday. Mr. Jantwa, it's coming. Sure, what is you? Wait. But I give thumbs up to Akayet Hotel. The services were good, and I'm very, very grateful. But most of all, I'm grateful for TV3. I mean, the number of people who watch me on this channel and even engage me in conversation. And the beauty is that I walk into a petrol station and any ordinary man will come up to me. Say, the thing you said the other day is good. Oh, that shoot to kill. It's very, very good. We have to adopt it. It's very, very good. I'm grateful to Ghanaians. I've been on the media for 25 years. Very, very long time. And I'm grateful and I'm humbled by a lot of things that Ghanaians talk about.
Just one question. I mean, because you said the 25 years, don't you get tired, especially when you talk about the same things for a long time and like they are not changing as dramatic as you want them to change?
My passion is Ghana. My passion isn't a political party. So far as I'm concerned, a political party is the means to change things. My passion is Ghana. So people who tell me, but you come look at your party, you don't have any right to talk about either NDC or MPP. Whatever they do affects me. I have the right to talk about it. And for me, it's the young that I want to make sure they understand what it means by politics in this country. I didn't know he was a civil engineer. I didn't know he was a mechanical engineer, mine engineer. He's also a lawyer. Take that, because education you can't do, you can't go wrong. So if the young want to take that, then it means education system should be strong enough for the young person to be able to follow him. And if you don't talk about it, who will talk about it?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're a typical example. You're a baby lawyer now, aren't you?
Yes.
You're a baby lawyer now. Very soon, you become senior lawyer. You won't be sitting here. You'll be a big man.
I'll still be sitting here.
I'll be in my room and I'll be watching you. Then when you listen, I'll go, hey.
Can we always make sure You are.
I know, right? He reminds me that I'm the baby lawyer around the table. But thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
As always.
That's funny.
We'll come back to Kwame a bit later. Let's talk about the special prosecutor now. And we all read this week he's filed 78 charges against the former finance minister and other individuals. He describes the finance minister as being at large. We also know that one individual, Ernesta Corey, who was a chef de cabinet to the former finance minister, is also said to be at large. The other individuals however, they have been arrested at various points. And so if you go to the page of the OSP, when they put out the mark shots, you realize that the mark shot is available for the other individuals. And the others, we are talking about Kojo Damoa, who is a member of parliament. He's also the MP he's specifically the MP for German South and former commissioner for Customs Division of GRA. There are other two commissioner generals of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Imano Kofi Inti and Amishadai Owusu Amwa. Then there is Isaac Krenti, who is also a former commissioner of the Customs Division of the GRA. He is a part of the charges. Then Evan Sedusa is the chief executive officer of SML. Then the company itself has also been charged. And so that is the update on this particular matter. And they'll be in court on Monday. So what will happen on Monday? The OSP has indicated, it says that the accused persons will be arraigned. The prosecution will seek the necessary court orders for service of the charge sheet on the fugitives who are outside of the jurisdiction. And I want to start first with Mr. Jemega opposite me. And there's been a lot happening around this particular matter, but we are going to, the matter is going to court eventually on Monday. And for many who are calling for swift prosecution and all of that, we know that will take a bit more time because they now have to comply with Article 19 to ensure that he's aware of the proceedings against him and whether he's going to show up subsequently, whatever further processes they need to be asking for, they have to also do that. I mean, what do you make of all that is playing out in relation to the OSP and the former finance minister?
My worry for this whole OSP, former finance minister, is currently even the number of charges that have been preferred. 78 charges. Proving and going through 78 charges against all these accused persons might take a generation. It will take a long time. Why don't we have a number of charges that you know you can secure conviction for and leave it at that? So it makes me ask, do we really want to secure conviction? Take a look at the Attorney General. When we had the Signal Bureau case, the initial charges were plenty. Then you notice that they have been reduced to about 3 or 4, for which the AG is confident they will secure conviction. And assuming even you have 3 or 4 charges against one person arising out of the same enterprise of alleged crime, when the person is convicted of all of them, the sentences might run concurrently. The person is sentenced 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, invariably it becomes 2 years. So why not secure one, get one that you secured conviction quickly and do away with and move on? If it were other jurisdiction, they will say the person has agreed for the other charges to be on file. But the 78 charges. Now you also ask about the compliance with Article 19. There is something that a lot of us have not averted our minds to. And I believe you were taught, criminal summons. For criminal summons, you need not be arrested. And your statements taken before you are served a criminal summons. The summons can be issued for you to appear before a judge and answer ABC because ABC charges have been leveled against you. So when that is served on him, he needs to appear before a judge. Then when he appears before a judge and the judge decides either to admit him to bail or whatever it is, you can even arrest him afterwards. So the idea that the special prosecutor has not generally been arrested and charged and properly cautioned, his statement taken and charged, you know it, that by Act 38, that can be gone, you can go around it. My only worry is being brought to his notice. If it were a civil issue...
you would have to, for the civil writ of summons, you even have to get a leave to issue
you can even do it by WhatsApp. You can do it by substituted service. You can publish it. But are we reaching a stage where the civil will be imported into the criminal aspect? That is one area which I feel that will be tested very much by the court. Otherwise, the OSP will have to try the others and leave that of the our former finance minister and see what convictions we will get. I am also worried, thinking that is it that the Ken Ofori-Atta might have applied to get his name off the red list or the stop list. That is why the charges were being preferred against him, even though they might not have been brought to his attention. But I believe someone will challenge the attention being brought to his notice in court very soon. And the Supreme Court might rule on whether being brought to his notice might equally mean the publications we are seeing, his lawyers talking about it, the letters he's writing, the wife doing the PR job, etc., etc. If that comes to being brought to your notice, and you are aware that you are wanted, and you have even applied to have your name off that, and the Supreme Court or any other court rules that is being brought to your notice, then that's a new terrain in criminal law. Beyond that, I feel that if you feel you are genuinely innocent, why abscond? Let me use the word abscond. Why not avail yourself? Our senior, Chachuchi Kata, was far away somewhere when news was that he was wanted for a certain case. He arrived in the country. Even they couldn't arrest him at airport. They tried to arrest him at the church. I believe my seniors here are well aware of that. So why not come? This was a man who was quoting Bible for us, biblical quotations every time, wearing white shirts, white dresses. Why not come? Come and answer this. Simple. You see, if the OSP, I believe Sami Darko and the rest are listening and watching, they must know that the public perception about their performance is not a good one. Be it from the MPP stronghold, be it from the NDC stronghold, be it from the neutrals, nobody could understand why one person could not be brought down to face trial, and all this communication, public engagement.
In the last week, the discussions have centered, particularly when we heard from the special prosecutor himself say that they were aware he was leaving the country and they had tried to stop him, and they were not getting the cooperation of the various state agencies. And now I've heard someone like Martin Pebu say that, I mean, to that extent, he thinks that the OSP needs to resign because he should have informed the Ghanaian people just to pile public pressure on the government at the time to have prevented him, or the new government, depending on when exactly he left, from leaving. And there are those who say that that is where the problems the OSP has with this particular case, that's where the problem started.
You see, constitutionally, you couldn't have prevented anybody's movement if the person is not under any investigation or any criminal.
I mean, at the time, he had been under investigation since December 2023.
Yes, if then you should bring the person in, arrest him, and say that, hey, we are granting you bail on ABC terms. And if you feel that you are handicapped, you go to court and get the court to impose the sanctions, grant bail, and take the person's passport. You see, the OSP thing has become a media engagement. I saw one of my colleagues writing, you talk too much, get the work done. Now, if it is you remember the OSP was at a time, I don't know whether he sang or he cried about I can't pronounce the expression, but I can't make. Yes, he did that. Why couldn't he have done the same thing for Ken Ofori-Atta, so that we are aware that this is the situation? That is where Martin is coming from. That if you have enough, that you have reasonable suspicion that crime has been committed, or an allegation of crime, or there's a suspicion of crime being committed, then you should let all of us know. And if you have not let all of us know, and the thing is now becoming a seesaw, how do we get him back? That should be our next worry. You see, the sad aspect is that the lawyers of Ofori-Atta are aware that if they play this into a political game, the chance of Ofori-Atta being brought back to Ghana will be very slim, because you must not bring, the US will not allow you to take somebody out because of political reasons. There must be a probable cause, and that can also take time. It can even take 4 to 6 years. So they are also playing, yes, they are also playing it because you need to go to a judge. The judge has to be agreed, they have to agree that there is a probable cause. You need to go to the marshal, the US Secretary of State, they have to approve. All that can take a long time. Okay? So if along the chain somebody realizes that there is a political undertone to it, then that ends it. He will not come. But I think there are many ways to kill a cat. We can go around it several times. You would have seen a lot that had happened in international law. People have been brought back to their countries in various means, which I cannot say some on air. So I believe that they should put in every arsenal to bring him back. If it is that he's genuinely innocent that he feels, I mean, why not avail himself?
And the final point, the procedural challenge that you raised about the duration of the trial. I mean, there are 8 accused persons. Assuming each of them picks a different lawyer,
they will definitely
if one person
pick
testifies, they would have to cross-examine all 8 of them.
So that is why I'm saying. So
quite a lengthy process.
It's quite a lengthy process.
It's deliberate.
I won't say it's deliberate, but as I said, 78 charges. No matter how you break them into pieces, someone having 8, some 4, some 6, etc. How are you going to do all this trial? Granted that you have all the evidence in place, you even want to do day-by-day trial, even your staff will be tired. So 78 charges is going to take a very long time. Aside that, there will be procedural and interlocutory applications. This is not correct. They will go to Court of Appeal. They will seek the Supreme Court's intervention, all that. And this makes people think that, come on, are we joking? And again, if I were to advise the SP, which I can't advise him because he knows what is in the kitty. I don't know what is in the kitty. Why not look at the charges? Those that are watertight. If somebody has, let's say, 10 charges, you look at 3 and you are like, as for these 3, I have a high probability of securing conviction. I'll forget about the 7.
I mean, but that presents a challenge. You know, when you are drafting a charge sheet, especially when they arise from the same set of facts.
You can
because when you abandon them, then when you are going back.
No, you can't go. That is why I'm saying that. Exactly. You see, before you go to court, there are a few considerations you must have in mind. The possibility of securing conviction. Whether it is in public interest to do so, and how much will be involved in trying to prosecute that case. A lot of the time, we don't consider that. That's why a case can go on for 3 years, and they still loses, and nobody knows how much was vested into it, assuming we were using private prosecution. So when you look at the charge, your facts as before you from the investigation, and realize that for this particular one, my probability of securing conviction is about 30%. This one is likely 80% to 90% I can secure conviction. Go for those ones and leave all the others and say that, hey, these 2, I am sure I'll secure conviction. Do everything in your power to secure conviction on those ones. But you give someone 28 or 18 charges and you are going to go through all the person, you have to prosecute all the charges individually. The person will have to defend all of them individually. Then the other lawyers will also have to cross-examine individually because of their own clients. My brother, where are we? When are we finishing that?
Let me come to Ebo. And Ebo, you seem to hold a view that you think it's deliberate. I mean, hearing there's a lawyer here who is not in the matter. He's just looking at it outside it, and already you can see the procedural concerns and possible pitfalls or objections that could be raised throughout the process. You can imagine that Ufoyatel can obviously get the best lawyers in town. They are going to be deliberate about wanting to find challenges. That should be of concern to us.
Yes, let me say this. I have defended OSP or the SP here a couple of times, but let me say that I have repented.
Oh, why?
I have repented. I'm disappointed in the way things have been done. Especially when he granted that interview to KSM and the things he said about the fact that he saw the man living and that he was helpless. And he refused to let us know that he saw the man living. But for that interview, he wouldn't have told us and wouldn't have known that at a point in time, he saw the man living. And if we have an office that was so powerless at the time the man was living, then why must that office exist in the first place? If you have an office that is handling some of these sensitive cases, but the person doesn't have the power and would have to depend on other offices to be able to stop the man from living, then why do we have that office in the first place? Looking at how things have unfolded, it appears to me we may have been played. I mean, there's a game being played, and let's not.
That's a street one.
Yeah,
You have been played.
You have been played. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Let's 78 charges, and the way things have been done. Let's not kid ourselves. We are dealing with people, criminals who are very clever. And let me say this, that from the very beginning of his administration, Nana-Addo and his close associates had a game plan. They had a game plan to capture this state and loot it. And so every appointment they made, every law they passed, pointed to that direction. And the result is what we have before us today. And so let's not kid ourselves. We are not joking. We are not playing with people who are just thieves. They are clever thieves. And so when they are stealing, they make sure that things are done to cover up. And that is why we are still struggling. He is not going to come. You see, what we can do as a nation is that let's sacrifice MPP on the altar of Ken Ofori-Attah's refusal to come back to Ghana. Let's sacrifice the party. So long as he remains abroad, let MPP remains in opposition. Let's be serious in this country, because he was their finance minister. This man nearly collapsed SIC with his Enterprise Africa. Look at the things he's done in this country. So why must we joke in this country? You must sacrifice the party. If the party will not hold press conference, if they will not stop the needless press conferences and hold a press conference and invite the man to come to Ghana, to come and answer questions, we should sacrifice the party. They should remain in opposition so long as the man remains abroad. They will be forced to bring him because they would want power. We don't have to joke in this country. I am highly disappointed. I think that in our fight against corruption, if you're not able to bring this man down, it will be a very serious dent on our effort, because I believe he played a very key role. I mean, those of us, some of the information we have, we can't put them out right now. But the man was next to the president. And I believe, I've said it, there was no way Nana Akufo-Addo would appoint someone like Kisei Jabin to occupy that office without Ofori-Attah's consent or input. There was no way. And so after having someone like Matanamidu and what happened, there was not going to appoint somebody who would come after them like the way Martin was very strict and all that.
I mean, but we've heard the special prosecutor publicly states quite clearly the challenges and the fact that he's determined to deal with the matter.
I said the people had a game plan.
Which included the OSP.
Don't joke. I believe the establishment of the office itself, the creation of the OSP itself was, if you like, was part of the game plan, the grand scheme. Why? Because right now, you look at the kind of cases the OSP will handle. Mr. Hamid case, he has come out openly to say this is useless case. Look at other cases. What has he, I mean, all these years, what has he been able to do? Do you know the type of cases that he will handle and how he's going to handle it so that people will go scot-free? Let's be serious. I believe that office does no need to. We don't have to have it again. We should scrap that office. Because if Ken was going and you were so powerless that you could not stop him, then why must the office exist? Then you are powerless. So why must you exist? The Nana Akufo-Addo created that office for a reason. Let me tell you, plea bargain was passed for a reason. They knew they were stealing, so hence plea bargain. LI 2462 was passed for a reason. They knew they were destroying the forest reserve, hence that law. I mean, the creation of the office, the same, but the OSP's office was a small screen. I mean, we are dealing with people who were very smart, and they've looted this country like never before. Okay. And so let's not be kidding ourselves into thinking that we are joking with some ordinary people who don't know they are left from right. Yeah. So I have
Prof,
lost confidence in the OSP completely.
Prof, confidence in the work that the OSP is doing? I mean, he said he was going to file charges before end of November. He's done
greetings to our viewers everywhere in the world. And I want to start from statistics. You know, most of the time when there is confusion, I take a step away, just like the Tower of Babel. When we talk about statistics, I'm starting from statistics and I'll end at the OSP. Statistics do not prove anything. They are just based on probability, from data to samples, based on probabilities. And council talk about probability, that is why I'm starting from there. Being based on probabilities, and probabilities are always above 0% or below 100%. So what it means is that even if by a minuscule amount, statistics offer no absolute guarantees. And we have a lot of billions of supporting examples that absolute truth sometimes don't exist. So what does statistics do? We try to find, not to disprove anything or to find the falsity of anything. And in real terms, sometimes there are exceptions to situations. So when I sit or I listen to media, people sitting and talking about individuals, one thing comes to my mind: that is not the whole story, especially in court issues. So the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. I want to repeat that. The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. So just because we might not find something that is the absence of evidence does not mean that it is not there. That means there is evidence of absence. So a lot of students, legal students, individuals have asked me a lot of questions. Prof, what do you think about that? What do you think about this? I want to also go to social responsibility. So as an individual in public office, you have 4 social responsibilities. The first one is your economic responsibility, that you are there to make sure that economically your office is viable for the people of the nation. And then legal responsibility, you obey the law and do the right thing, obeying the policies and procedures of the country. You also have an ethical responsibility. What that means is that you have to do what is right and avoid harm to the people. The last one is your discretionary responsibility. And in law, this is there, the president's discretionary responsibility. Discretion is a very key word. And what it means is that you have to contribute to society and be a good citizen. That is where we are lacking in this country. The discretionary power where you have to make decisions. So let's go to the OSP issue. 8 individuals have been charged. And we look at Oforiatta, 28 counts. I agree with counsel that can we reduce some of the count? Because when you go to court, they are going to cancel some of the counts, reduce it from 28 to about 10 or 15. Why do we go with many, knowing that some are going to be, scrapped out because they are not watertight evidence? Because the name of the game is evidence at a court. We also have Isaac Crenshaw, 19 counts, Ernest, 12, Kwadwo Damwa, 8, Emmanuel Kofinti, 3, Evans Eduse, 9 counts, Amishada Owusu-Amwa, 10 counts, and SML itself is 18 counts. So 78 of them. Now, what are their charges? The charge is that it is alleged, and I want everybody to understand, it is alleged that the accused persons conspired to influence the procurement process to secure an unfair advantage in the award of procurement contract, causing financial loss to the state of about 1.4 billion. That is their charge. So if that is their charge, then they also have to tell their part of the story. Now let's go to whether the OSP is right in putting Oforiatta and the others to court. And in all my research, this is what I found, that the OSP is going to present their case at the court on Monday, and now it's up to the judiciary to determine the guilt or innocence of the accused. So we can sit at the media and talk about many other things, but we don't make the final determination. It is the judiciary, the court, that is going to say that he's guilty, all of them are guilty or innocent, based on the charge sheet that we have with them. Now, I heard Frank Davis saying that he has not been served. I think that the OSP is a lawyer, a seasoned lawyer, and know how to serve him. So this should not be an issue that we should debate on. He knows where Oforiatta is, he knows how to serve him. He has lawyers who have been responding to cases that he's sick. We've seen letters. So they know how to serve him. That should be handled. Now we talk about proper investigation and prosecution. Has the OSP done a good job or not? It is up to Ghanaians to determine, and it's up to the court to also determine. I've seen people talk about his white shirt, the Bible quotes, and there's no correlation, there's no causation, there's no relationship between what somebody wears and then the Bible quotes that you say. Because if you look at it, let's judge the issue on its merit. I think that you cannot get anybody from US by force. I have lived there for 22 years. You cannot get anybody in US by force, except through the legal process. So if Oforiatta has a permanent residence, or the spouse is a citizen, or whatever it is, and you want to go through the process, yes, you have to go through the U.S. Legal process. Mashar, U.S. Secretary of State, you have to go through the Homeland Security, through the legal process. So let's go through the legal process. to get him here. Somebody asked me, why didn't we even, go to court and sentence him by absentia? Why didn't we, go through the process even in his absence? There are many processes that these legal people have to go through. But because I began by saying that this is not the whole story, I believe that we should give him the opportunity to also tell his side of the story. I remember in 2002, I was interviewing Kwesi Botwe in Koforidua, and Kwesi told me that he brought Atamils to NDC. He brought Professor Mills to NDC, and he calls him Fifi. And he told me a lot of story what he faced as a finance minister. I know it's not an easy job, trying to budget and doing a lot of financial things is, for a country that is always struggling with finances, is difficult. We make bad judgments in organizations from leadership perspective. I've seen CEOs who have made bad judgment that has cost the company a lot of money. The board will invite the person, and then the person will say that my conviction and my judgment at that time was this. I made a mistake. Sometimes the best intention can go wrong. And the board have said that, yes, we know you had a genuine intention of doing this. Even though it went wrong, go and sin no more. Don't do that again. So all of these things will be determined by the courts. What I'm saying is that we should not judge people by the media. Allow him through the court processes so that we will see whether he did the right thing or the wrong thing. Okay. For far too long, I've seen in this country where everything goes to the social media. People say all sorts of things. We judge people. But there are always the other side of the story. And sometimes what we hear is not the whole story. I like the way that the court put it, that it is alleged. And until the person is proved guilty, that person is determined innocent.
Can I quickly respond to something, please, about the service?
Yes.
Sir, the service, we have dealt with it. The lawyers are aware, but we are talking about criminal service. Criminal service must be done personally. So it is not generally about serving through a lawyer who have been talking. That's why we are saying that it will become difficult, or that is the mountain. Whether Frank Davis is talking for him as a lawyer, etc., we might not be able to serve him the criminal, the charge sheet through Frank Davis.
So you have to hand deliver it to him personally.
Yes, it has to be served.
Then you can go through the U.S. legal process. They can hand it over to you. They know everybody's address. In U.S., you can't hide. Even a town have the number of people, population of that city. So it's easy to get that.
There are people hiding in the U.S. Then secondly, you cannot benefit from the social media and the Bible quotes on one side when the things have gone wrong, and you say you cannot buy it, you don't want to be heard about that one. Even in the best jurisdiction, the U.S., etc., the attorney generals, the DAs, they always give updates to the media, and people take it from there. Even CNN, ABC News, they dissect the cases, look at all the options before. It is otherwise life will be incurably boring if we don't do this type of things.
Yeah, but even before Nana comes in, Prof, the issue is not whether the man will not be given fair trial. The issue is that the man has even run away.
I mean, but
and he doesn't want to come back to Ghana.
But is that fair? I mean, to the extent that his lawyers have consistently said that he's unwell in receiving treatment.
My brother. You see,
those are the facts that we have. We don't have contrary facts.
That is what the lawyers
have said. That's what they have said.
What information we have is that he's not sick. Okay. Information we also
have. You have that information?
Yes, we have it. He's not sick.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't have that information. So if you have that information, then that's good.
Yeah, Senior.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning once again.
Let me ask my brother just one question. Is it deemed served if a service is pasted on the wall of a house for a particular person?
In a criminal trial, no. In a civil one, yes. That is why I'm saying that we might get there when someone will challenge such a type of service for the court to say, you might be deemed served if it is pasted.
Yes. I believe that you're deemed served, whether criminal or civil, pasted.
For now, it is only civil.
Well, let me start. Look, this is commentary before the Black Stars match starts. The players no massa. You go baby in the stadium, and the next thing you see, Ghana scored one goal. The next thing you see, Ghana has scored one goal. Let's go through the process. What is the process?
Exactly.
Is the OSP going through the right process? For me, how many charges? 78. In total, 78. Can you prioritize how many?
28.
28. He's cast his net wide. Look, he has a strategy he's using. Definitely, the counts they've had against them would drop. He knows those specific ones they will catch him on. Kenufurata has argued that the AG has no case against him through, and he's played the videos to the authorities out there through the AG, saying that at the present moment, he didn't see whether there was a case against him. He's played the videos. The OSP has now given him show that, Krache, these are your charges. Now, remember, how many people are in there? 8. The moment they start the case, the charges, they relate to each other, don't they? So, in order for them to save themselves, and their lawyers to save themselves, it will poke Kenufurata inside. What if all of them, the 7, dump everything on Kenufurata's doorstep? That we were just following orders. A, B, C, D, E, X, Y, Z. We're following orders. Is that not a strong case for Kenufurata to come?
Yeah, number one. He won't mind it. If you dump your thing on me,
wait. No, wait.
We are all presuming here, right?
Yes,
we are assuming.
Wait, look. If he trusts his integrity, that I've done nothing wrong, what these people are saying is not true, won't he come? And if he doesn't come, then that alleged bit of the criminality will be proven. So I ask the question, why? What is he sitting there for? Our senior, the one you cited, Chachu, how long did the case take?
For a long time.
For a long time. Yeah. Did he not get justice in the end?
Yeah.
The only challenge here is that if it so happens that the NDC don't come back into power after 2028 and the MPP come into power, they'll make it a foolish case. But I would be glad if they don't make it a foolish case to show the innocence of Kenufurata if he's innocent. And see, this is where politics comes into the judiciary, and it is wrong. So far as the case has gone to court, politics has nothing to do with it. Period. Nothing, absolutely nothing to do with it. But you see, because the executive seems to have some command over the judiciary and parliament, it becomes a foolish case. Who have egg on their faces? The people of Ghana. Because really and truly, if you walk the streets and you ask the questions, they want to see a trial to prove whether Kenufurata is innocent or guilty. Because the amounts of money that we're talking about is humongous. I won't call it corruption. I'll call it stealing. Stealing. And so, if President Akufo-Addo believes in, the rule of law, he's a lawyer himself, and Ghana is on his heart, he will tell his cousin, oh boy, come, face the music, because so far as we are concerned, you've done nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. But if you continue to try and put steps, get the American president, get this, you are looking for citizenship and all that, definitely, out of these 28, there's one that will catch Kenufurata. Kenufurata is saying, where the, is concerned, the cathedral is concerned, that Parliament passed it. In the evidence that the OSP is going to bring, it has to be watertight. And this is the thing about the OSP. If the evidence he's bringing is not watertight and is brushed off, let's say out of the 28, 3 are things that he feels they can have against Kenufurata and all the others, then his evidence should be watertight. But you see, we don't help. Let me give you one reason. The government has abolished COVID law, COVID levy. When the COVID levy came, what did we say? What kind of levies? Aren't people today asking government, why have you abolished COVID? Aren't they? Because they say, oh, we won't get the amounts of money, we don't have the money and all that. But a lot of people were dead against it. Some of those people who are saying these things were dead against it initially. I would want a situation where we leave justice, the judiciary, to handle this case. Yes, the wheels of justice grind slowly. We just hope that if an MPP government comes into power, 2028, they would look at Ghanaians and say, Ghanaians need to know the truth about us. This particular case of Colonel Foriata is against not only him, but against us, the party, because it was our party in power. We need to be able to safeguard the name of our president, President Akufo-Addo. But if they come and they rubbish it, then you know, sir, Bibi won't see us. You know, sir, Bibi won't see us. Okay. As to whether you can trust the OSP or you can't trust the OSP, we are yet to see.
Okay.
We are yet to see.
Right.
So for me, social commentary is not my interest. My interest is there justice to be made? Can Colonel Foriata prove that what he's done is innocent? You take it from there. Simple for me.
All right. All right. So, I mean, that's all for the Colonel Foriata and the OSP matter. Like we did indicate, they'll be in court on Monday. I will bring you the very latest of what transpires in court. Let's now talk about domestic violence because of that disturbing story that caught the nation's attention this week. It's a video that went viral. We saw a husband whipping their wife who was naked and dragging her on the floor. I mean, a tenant in the house took the video. The video went viral. There were calls on social media for him to be arrested. Eventually, he has been arrested, and the other individuals, two other individuals, his relatives who had attempted to attack the woman who was believed to have taken the video, they were also picked up as well. And the police, the last time we heard the update, the Ministry for Gender have indicated that the woman has currently been taken to a safe space. We here at TV3 brought you that exclusive interview with the woman. We've also started a campaign to raise some funds for her. But the story that we brought you, there are parts of the story that raises serious structural concerns. I mean, for instance, she had said that she had reported multiple times to the police. In one instance, she says at the police, even in the presence of the police, the man was beating her up and nothing was happening. And he was still a free man. He was at the house and he was still engaging in that particular conduct. And it's a very disturbing story. And we'll try and deal with this. In a very brief time that we have. Let's do 2 minutes each. Let me start from Prof.
Yes, I'm a guidance counseling person. I did psychology for my first degree. So when it comes to abuse, domestic violence, it's very worrying. All over my travels, I've seen what advanced countries have done. When there's an issue, they come to the home. They ask the old lady first, because old lady and old men tell things as it is. Then they will ask children. Then they will ask the woman before they ask the man. And it's because it's been a masculine society where most men dominate in most cultures. When we talk about domestic violence, we're talking about physical one where some people beat other people, as we saw, very graphic. There are some verbal abuse. Some people will do verbal abuse on you. There's also psychological abuse, which is more dangerous than even the physical ones. Some people do that. There's also the emotional aspect, and it's disturbing. What I want to say is that there are a lot of things that we can do to solve domestic violence. People are coming from different backgrounds, and I have seen personally that the reason why most even relationships are collapsing is that you have to love the other person more than yourself, and that's what we are lacking. I stayed with some white family where the man was diagnosed with cancer and was given 2 weeks to die. The wife came to me and said, I wish I died instead of my husband. I had good pimples that day. She said, I wish I died because instead of my husband. I asked her why. She said, I'm a very reserved and quiet person, but my husband is an extrovert and always goes out. So me being a quiet person and always home, he enjoys life more than I do. And that is what I was expecting in life, to see each spouse or each relationship, the other one loving the other more than him or herself. That helps a lot. But we have to create an awareness, So awareness creation is one of the things we have to do. We also have to strengthen the laws and the policies about domestic violence. what does the law say, and how do we punish such deviant behaviors in society? Because it is not good for children to see mothers, women being dragged on the street naked like that. We all came from women, and women are sacred. I always say women are holy, they are sacred. We all came from them, and we need to respect them that much. Okay. We also need to give support services, because we have to protect these victims. As you know, TV3 is doing, we have to protect them, and in protecting them, we also have to hold the perpetrators accountable, because it goes both ways, a dual thing that we need to do. Then we have to also educate and promote healthy relationship and respect for women. The youth of today start from our universities and our senior high school. We have to teach them how to respect each other in relationship. And then access to justice and proper investigation and prosecution is also one of the things we have to look for. In some of these situations, we need justice for such a woman who has been abused by an irresponsible and unaccountable man.
Okay. Let me go on to Zoom now and bring into the conversation Marian Darlington. Marian Darlington is a lawyer and also a women's rights advocate. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good morning to you. Thank you for having me, and good morning to your viewers.
I mean, we've had the Domestic Violence Act being in force since 2007. Some of the stories that we are hearing from the woman about the fact that it happened multiple times, it had been reported, not much has happened about it. I mean, structurally, we have a problem. We don't seem to do much to protect victims of such violence, especially because this is a domestic one, relationship-wise, and all that is happening around it. The society can definitely do more.
Yes, I mean, of course, looking at this woman's story, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of other women who may have encountered domestic violence, especially physical abuse. The problem is not that we don't have enough laws. We do. We have amazing laws. The Domestic Violence Act is an amazing act. It gives several protections that are available to help protect victims of physical abuse. It doesn't even, domestic violence, it doesn't even limit it to spouses. It extends to even extended family or anybody that is connected to any person in the domestic situation who may be a perpetrator of the abuse. It also helps to protect the children in the domestic situation. So it is not just the spouse, or let's say that the person who is the direct victim of the abuse. So that act is an amazing act. Trust me, if we were to enforce that act, there's so many things that we can do to protect victims or survivors of domestic violence. The problem is the enforcement. That is the huge problem. Because look at this woman saying that I have been to the police station several times. It's not just one police station. 2 police stations, several times. Even one of them, in their presence, he was beating me. Can you imagine the people that are the institution responsible for enforcement to make sure that victims are protected? They are the very ones that are encouraging the abuse. Because it doesn't even matter that, oh, they were there and the man was beating them. Let's even forget about that. But the fact that she's made a complaint several times and nothing was done. And she was not the only person who was saying it. The gentleman who was interviewed as her brother-in-law also affirmed that for one police station, they had been there for 4 times. The other one, they had been there countless times and nothing was being done. That is you perpetrating or helping to encourage the abuse to continue. And this man can sit somewhere and say, the police will not do anything to me. And this is something that you hear abusers say often. Police will not do anything to me. The police will not do anything to me. Sometimes you think that, oh, maybe they are bribe. It's not even about bribe. But let's face it, DOPSU is failing us. DOPSU as an institution is amazing. The purpose for which it was created is laudable and I applaud it. But the various individual DOPSU stations, they are failing us. They are helping to perpetrate violence. They are not doing anything to make sure that the abusers are put behind bars. Some of the institutions are doing amazing. But look at this particular one that we are talking about. Aside that, the other police stations, they are failing us. There are other victims that I have clients who have come to me with physical, you can see on their bodies, the physical damage They'll bring you torn clothes, torn panties, or physical violence. They have gone to the police station, but nothing. Sometimes, even as lawyers, we would ask for police reports, and it's difficult. They'll even tell the person to go back, they will not give it. So it's the enforcement that is the problem. That's one thing. And then there's the support. And support is not just by, like, as a state, we have to provide. Because yes, as a state, you have to provide. But it is you and I who know that we know somebody who is going through physical abuse or domestic violence, whether it is physical, whether it is psychological, whether it is emotional abuse, whatever it is. We know, we are aware, and we are not supportive. We are asking the wrong questions. We are asking irrelevant questions. We are not making sure that this person is seeking help. We are not letting the person know that it is not their fault, that they will be okay. We are not telling them that, hey, I am here for you. This is how I can help you. Instead, we are asking irrelevant questions. We are asking questions that will not help. When this woman's case came up, there were so many questions. Why didn't she leave? Why are you staying? What is making you stay? Guess what? She left. This is somebody who had left. She left. Look at what caused her to come back. So if you ask me, this is where we need to amp our resources, support, and then implementation.
Okay. And finally, Marian, and if you deal with this very briefly for me, I mean, you are a woman yourself. What is that advice, one advice that you give women who find themselves in this situation?
I would say that don't wait till it gets here. Don't wait. I know it is not easy, but don't wait. At the first sign, call for help. The numbers are there, 0800 111 222. It's so free. You will not be charged for calling. 0800 800 800, 0800 900 900. Call any of the numbers. You will receive help. The help is available. Don't wait for it to get here, and don't be afraid. And know that you are not it is not your fault. You are not the reason why domestic violence is happening to you, and you can get help for you and your children. If you are okay, your children will be okay. Don't use your children as an excuse to stay. If you are alive, your children will be fine. Know that, and please seek help.
And us this morning, Marian Darlington is a legal practitioner, also a women's rights advocate, joining us here. Let me wrap up in the studio quickly. Theophilus, I mean, disturbing story there.
Yes, very disturbing. I have few comments to make apart from the condemnation that we all give. What is the police doing themselves now about the allegation against them that the lady has made several complaints? The police must be upfront and tell us what they are doing to themselves. If they are reporting themselves to the Standards Authority, they have set up police standards to be investigated. Number two, the Act also says that there must be established a fund to support things like this. That has not been done. And I'll urge my senior, since she is in the space, to push for that act, that fund to be established, so that the likes of you will not be struggling to set up funding for things like this. Then also there's the protection order that a lot of the victims have not had, that to protect. You know, about 2 weeks ago, there was a similar incident in Ashanti region or something where the ex-convict killed about 7 members of the family and killed himself, all domestic violence. Then finally, let me come to you. Those who are, like you conducted the interview, I believe you could have at least not shown her face to protect a bit of dignity and privacy of her. Maybe media ethics allow you to do it, but where I sit, I think the ethics of the image does not really bode well for it to be shown, because when you were showing the video of the alleged maltreatment and the beating, you covered the face, you didn't show everything. So going forward to do so, the media houses should also take a bit of responsibility. Whilst educating, should not put the person out there, because she walks by and somebody says that is the person. For the first time, I want to applaud people who take videos when incidents are happening. Sometimes you need to be careful yourself. You see that they wanted to attack the lady, and those who attacked the lady who took the video had been swiftly arrested and also remanded. we need to applaud the woman to.
They remanded them?
Yes. They've all been remanded for abetting and conspiracy, something like that. Yes, for aiding the crime or something, because they went attacking.
They went to attack
the lady who took the video.
So they are also in the house.
They are also there.
In the house.
Also there.
People in the house went to attack.
Yes, they are relatives of the man.
Yes.
So they went after.
Let's use the word the whistleblower.
Yes.
The one who blew. Yes, they went to attack the whistleblower.
All right.
Yes. So I think that
was a good wasteland.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yes. I think Marian took the wind out of my sail in respect of the enforcement bits. I believe that in this country, people do wrong things and get away with it because of lack of enforcement. We have the laws. I mean, you just look at our books, and you see almost every situation we have laws or law to cover it. But the point is that how do we enforce those laws? And that has been the bane. And so I believe that we need to make sure that we enforce our laws. And also, when you're in a relationship, whether marital relationship or just boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, please, when you see the signs, just walk away. I have one principle that if I meet you as a woman, before I met you, I didn't know you. And so if I have to break up with you and go my way, I'm good to go, because I didn't know you before I got to know you. And so that should be it, because I don't see why people, you don't own people. You see, we don't own people. When you marry somebody, you don't own the person. We need to understand that, and it cuts across.
Okay.
So if something happens and you see the signs, my brother, my sister, just walk away.
All right.
Just walk away. But before that, bro, let me do this before, because this morning I appreciated 3 people. There's one person, Jason. Do you know Jason?
No.
Have you heard about the bypass kitchen and lunch?
Okay.
That is where I do my things. And this morning I want to appreciate something that he did for me. Jason, shout out to you.
Okay. They'll send you an invoice very soon. Yes. Senior rapper for me.
The boy is saying what? What was your last thing you said apart from Jason?
Don't walk away.
You don't own anybody.
You don't own anybody.
Where is Kwami's cake? Let's have it.
That man has no right
to
touch that woman. Absolutely no right to do that. Look, nearly 3 in 10 women, 28%, and 2 in 10 men, 20%, experienced domestic violence in the 12 months preceding a recent survey. 2, and this is the most serious bit about it all, over 120 cases of domestic homicides were reported in just the first quarter of 2023, with more than 65% of victims being women. The police, do they understand the law? The police, do they understand the law? The first report that was given to the police, they should have got a restraining order. Oh, they are custodians of the law. They are custodians and theirs is to protect citizens. And you said they shouldn't have showed the woman's face. Yeah. For me, I think it's best they show the woman's face, because then you find social media bringing all other people's faces on. They say that is the woman.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to comment on it because there was a discussion that was had and an agreement was reached. That's how it was published.
You see, has it spoiled her case? It has strengthened her case. It has strengthened her case. And that man,
they should have shown the man's face.
But the man's face was there. He's not a handsome man too. They should,
He's saying it as it is.
I'm saying it as it is. He's not a handsome man.
Coming for you.
And the thing is that he went in, came out, and brought 2 sticks. Onimyansa, doesn't he have a mother? What is even more annoying to me, that there were people in the house, and so they are supporting their brother. They should all go to court. You have no right to touch him. You see, in a relationship, if the man has never touched the woman and the woman has never touched the man, and it so happens that on a particular day you had an argument and he slaps you or you slap him, it's time to leave. Nobody owns anything. And maybe commercially, financially, she depends on this man. That's why I say, and I tell Ghanaian women and Ghanaian girls, find something to do for yourself. Don't depend on men for money. Find something to do for yourself. And let me say, men like women who can stand on their own 2 feet. They'll add to it. And so you get all these beatings left, right, center. Why? Look at the scars on the woman's body.
Yeah.
Look at the emotional trauma that she's going through. And he has a family. I hope the man has a father and a mother. What is it that she did that this domestic violence has been going on for all this while? And you are saying, did she go to Dopsu?
Yes, she reported it to the police.
No, before all this, she's been reporting.
Yes.
How did the police advise? You see, this is where police commanders in the area should question their people. So this woman came to complain. What happened? ABCD happened. We didn't do that. You are suspended straight. Because you are there to protect the individual. You are trying to tell me that because I'm Kwame Jantua, if somebody slaps me and I slap them back, I shouldn't report. I will report because I expect the police to protect me.
Okay.
We expect the police to protect everybody in this country. Let me end by saying this. Yesterday, I was driving up the road. Last night, the Festa Royal Road. There was a heavy 4x4 in front of him. He was in the queue because there was a police checkpoint in front. The next thing I saw, he has switched on his hazard and come out and just sped off in front of the police. So when I go to the police, I asked, why didn't you stop that man? I said, how? Isn't there laws against it?
Okay.
So now you see where the challenge is in terms of our laws.
Okay. Enforcement is always the problem, and I like something that Mr. Jimega said about the fund. It's I think it's the safest way of protecting people, because once they get a protective order and the fund is available to help the person survive, because a lot of the women, they will tell you that, you made a point. If you stand on your own, some of these things you walk away and you don't care about it. Yeah, I mean, but in the absence of that, the fund is very, very important.
Build up shelters.
Let's ask. Does the man still sleep with the woman?
He said he called her that day to sleep with her.
Yeah, and she said no. He's crazy.
Yes. Anyways,
let's push the funds thing.
It's very important. It's very important for us to do that. So that is what time would allow us this morning. My guests have been Theophilus Jimega.
Before we leave, in my adulation of the hotel, I should have added others too who helped with my birthday. Henry Tenor, who is the CEO of Ghana Energy Awards, was part of it. VRA were part of it. We had the great thing. Bring the birthday cake.
Okay.
Bring the birthday cake.
The cake is coming.
Yes,
Anita,
bring the birthday cake.
The cake is coming.
And you see, my good sister did a birthday cake for me. I don't know whether she wants me to mention her name. And the cake was big. And I said, hey, this cake, I can't eat all. What do I do?
Mention her name.
I was going to Yaira Gizo. He bought me a good cake. And I said, why can I take this? I was going to give it to children's home. I was going to go. I said, no, TV3. Take it there. They also deserve it. My crew. So bring the cake. Okay. And let's all celebrate it.
Okay. The cake will be coming shortly. Professor Nogopoko Entry Governance Expert and Policy Analyst also joined us. Ebo Backman is Deputy Communications Director for United Party. Marian Darlington is a legal practitioner and women's rights advocate. She joined us as well. Let me do some commercial. We need money. If you want to look smart and fashionable, visit any Woodin boutique nationwide today. Woodin offers an amazing collection of authentic African fabrics and ready-to-wear that come in beautiful designs and colors for men and women. With Woodin, you can get creative and versatile with your designs. Be confident and show off how truly African you are in Woodin. Go to a Woodin boutique near you today and choose from a variety of trendy products to complement your unique style. You can follow Woodin Fashion on Facebook, also on Instagram at Woodin Fashion, and on TikTok at Woodin_fashion. And this outfit here is by Woodin as well, so special thanks to Woodin for this outfit. Tomorrow is Andani's birthday as well.
Yes, you should come and let's cut the cake together.
Engineer here in the studio. He is in the production room as well. He'll be joining us. They said we'll cut the cake when we go off air.
So why?
We'll show you the pictures and everything. So we're going to cut the cake.
I want Andani to be here. I'll hold his hand and we cut the cake.
Andani will join us. All the others will join us and we'll cut the cake. So stay tuned in. We'll be right back.